Hi guys, I'm back. Definitely a migraine, but it's not too bad. The medication, the painkillers, has stopped the pain, but I still feel the pressure and the weirdness. I'm just working right now on getting up, let's see, Shaman, Wizard, Enchanter. I'm setting up my buffs for this really quickly. And then we're going to go level some Enchanter because that's pretty chill and I don't have to worry too much about it. So kills. And I like not having to worry about things. Movement speed. There's too many buffs again. We'll remove this one, I think. And I'll probably have to put my haste there. Maybe. Maybe. Welcome back. Welcome back. I do look less scaly right now. I don't think I should do Wizard Lizard. I feel like that is not me. I'm just going to put the augmentation here, I think. So let me save that as buff and quick buff that. Since we are not really melee oriented here, look at my little tiny nothing pet here. Okay, and now we need to set up for actual combat. For the record, you want to use Clarity and not Boon of the Clear Mind. Boon of the Clear Mind is a group breeze, not a group Clarity, even though it comes after Clarity. It confuses a few people, so we're going to need a heal. Now, the beauty of this group is I can actually heal myself with the duration heals because I don't need to care about slow on me. Let's see. Yeah, detrimental resist debuffs, and then detrimental slow. I think Tagor's is still better than shiftless. The vendors, they love me now. I know, I have two tinies. I usually disappear that one. I usually click that one off, but he looks cute, so if I get to 45, I think I can get a new one. Yeah, 45. That is on my list of things to get. Where was I? So my direct damages. Direct damage, conflagration, and we'll put Arene up as well. Fire or ice? Let's go with fire. Ice. Oh, I gotta do this. Taufil, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I love my little tinies. I think they're awesome. So I put my direct damage there. I can put some dots down here, just in case, as I move my hand away from my face. There we go. So we got some nuke, we've got some dot. What else do I need? I need regen to stay on my bar. I don't have any of those procs yet. I don't really need boon. Oh, I do need my damage shield. We'll put that there. I don't usually use cannibalize because Kenny is just better. I mean, I was going to say I could, but I don't have Ixar Illusion. It's not available yet. I could have, but I can't. Did I pack Shrew? Yes. Oh, Billy. Billy. I think that's about geared as it's going to get. Oh, and then I need, so lull, and I don't have charm. Did I want to charm or nah? We'll just use that pet because I'm nuking. I don't really need to charm. Haste. I'm more inclined to just leave augment there. Oh, hold on. What level is the shaman clicky? So shamans get a clicky that is alacrity. It's not swift like wind, but it is alacrity. Where is... So that's the mage one. That's the bard one? Yeah, that's the bard one. Unsurprising. That's monk. Cleric. Oh, it's in the mess of my things, apparently. There's the Shaman Feign Death Ring. We definitely want to put that somewhere. Oops, actually, we want to take that out. So we need to, yep, level that up so that we can get the click effect out. Not that it's a horrible item in itself, but my rings are generally better for casters. Click. Oh, would be, oh, you can't use shaman. Oh, God. Are you shaman usable? You are not shaman usable. I do need to actually put the ring in. All right. Then that's what I will have to do. This one, and we will swap that over to the other side. I need a button that is basically equip best gear. And then you don't have to worry about it. Let me just see if I can find that clicky really quickly. Doesn't look like it. My inventory is still a bit of a mess here. All right, that's fine. So 43. That allows me to go to soul, to the hole, to all the end stuff. I might just go to hole because that's my favorite place. And because I generally go there, I know what a build is capable of due to the fact that I've been there and know what other builds can do. So let me put Channeler's Stance there. I can't use that. So this is a full caster build. None of this stuff is available here. I do not even have Evasive. So basically it's Channeler's Stance or bust. Divine Inversion. Okay, so I don't have Arcane Mastery. This is going to be our bread and butter right here. Bread and butter. All right, that should do. You missed the hole. I like the hole. That's my favorite zone when I'm leveling upper end. We can use Tox Gate because that puts us closer than the Druid one. There we go. Have you played any of the Everquest Legends? Are you enjoying it so far? Oh, you haven't played any of the... I'm sorry. I'm getting over a migraine, so we're working here. I am loving it. This is beta. Obviously, things are constantly changing. And I'm one of those few people, apparently, that actually understands that. Balance will happen. But it's been a lot of fun playing the game. It's been a lot of fun seeing the changes as the game goes along. I am a huge fan. Why do you guys have, like, missing health? Look at my little pets. Yay. And I'm also a huge fan every time there's a bug that's funny. So I had the pet bug where the slider showed monsters as tiny. And I thought that was the best bug in the world, but they just fixed that. So. Giggle, were you in Faceless on Quarm? Your name sounds familiar. I did not play any of the non-DBG servers, so no, I am not from Quarm. Though I have seen a lot of Giggle XYZs around, so I am not surprised you have a familiar name there. I did stream like 10 years ago, but that was on WoW. That was World of Warcraft. Yeah, the Giggle X naming scheme. I sometimes, it's really rare now because I generally use role-playing names. I sometimes use like Giggle Bard or Giggle some other class. But I because I am now streaming again, I'm just using my main name. It makes it easier for me to find. But I am enjoying this. This is great stuff. I can't upsell it enough. Let's see. So we're going to, where is it on this one? There it is. Going to enable personal instance, solo instance. Oh, if I can. I'm going to 3. Oh, re-enter? I'm like, that shouldn't work. Yeah. I think I'm still on cooldown from hate. I don't know where you can see your personals for that. Though it is an hour, I should be okay, right? Let me try this again. 3. There we go. I just had to remove my old one. I gave up trying to be creative. Now all my character names are either puns or bad song names. I get that. I get that. Especially like this day and age where a lot of MMOs just have massive amounts of people. Like back in the EQ, original EQ day, there wasn't a lot of people playing, so you could get names relatively easy, but now everyone just piles on the names, creates alternates that they never play so that they have all the names. What brought you back to streaming? Oh, so I was very active in the EQL Discord. I was often answering questions, and sometimes we were talking about our past and stuff, and I had mentioned that I once streamed. When I got into beta, this was all after I got into beta, we always knew that there would be an NDA drop before the game went live. So a lot of people were like, well, if you previously streamed and now you're in beta, do you want to stream again? And I thought, you know what? Why not? So I started up streaming again, and I've made quite a lot of friends and quite a lot of followers, so no regrets. They added an in-game DPS meter. I don't recall seeing that last time I saw you streaming. It's an out-of-game add-on, I guess you could call it. It's called EQ Log Parser, and I am capable of making it visible in my OBS, and it's an overlay in my game. Oh, I'm Enchanter too. Okay, that's a problem. I don't have, hold on. I have too many things. I need Enthrall here. Slow is there. Lull is there. We will, shoot. We will put the nuke here. We're basically just going to be spamming conflagration at this point. My resist over here. Dot, 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 dot. And we'll check one rain over here again, because that lets me pull with that. Though he did just absolutely resist that. There we go. And now we're just going to conflagrate. Conflag. Because Arcane Mastery now increases your cast times by a very lovely amount and reduces your cost by a very lovely amount. So look, I'm barely using any mana to nuke that guy down. Barely any. Look at this. And you're casting really, really fast. Gotta watch out for giggle frauds? You do. You do. Back in original EQ, I was able to get my alt warrior like the best name ever, Taunt. Oh, Taunt is a good one. Hey, yeah, I've pre-ordered. Is there somewhere to download the game? Not yet. So pre-order gets you access to the pre-order beta. That is not active yet. That happens on July 1st. So you still have to wait. This is the closed beta still. But I'm sure they will absolutely tell everybody, hey, you can pre-download if they do pre-downloads, and everybody will go nuts crashing the server trying to be done to pre-download. Okay, this stance actually makes it pretty nice. I'm a fan of this. Oh, my pet is not attacking. Hold on. It might be on pet hold. Pet hold. No? Or was it attacking and I just wasn't paying attention? It's too small for me to see. Is that what it is? Come get some, Gabs. There you go. Yeah, he's just too small for me to notice. Good evening. Oh, yeah, Giggle Shaman. I like it. Nodorf, hi. Good to see you. We're just going to let the pet heal us whilst we nuke everything. And when we run out of mana, we're just going to Kenny, and then we'll be good to go. Look at that. Glorious nukes. And I'm also like smacking things with this, which has rune 3 on it if you click. I should probably... Oh, what am I doing? Like I said, I am still on the midst of a migraine right now. We may as well put that on. Insufficient level. Rip. Oh yeah, because most of the sky stuff is 45. Makes sense. Makes sense. So you need a POA quest for changing primary, but can you change secondary and tertiary? Yes, you do not need to unlock anything for your second or third. Your second or thirds are always unlocked. All unlocks only apply to the very first primary, which is the same thing. Yep, pre-orders are out. There's a little bit of issue there right now, but there's a few workarounds. Oh, I'm getting the... So this is a bug currently where you're not getting any loot. You just need to relog. So let me give me one moment. Yeah, well, not any time in towns. You're correct. In towns or in newbie zones adjacent to towns. So like East Commons you could change in, Nectulus Forest you can change in, that kind of thing. Steamfont Mountains. Let me drink some more caffeine, because drinking caffeine is good, and I realized that we do actually have caffeines. I love the look of your room. Very cozy. The blackout curtains seem like they're working quite well. Yes, I have a blackout curtain on the window, which is over here. It's also covered by another, actually, where's mine? Why don't you follow me, sir? Hi, come this direction. I also have this really cute curtain here, which is like a cat and a moon, which I absolutely love. So no light gets into this room. I have my sound panels. They're all around the room, but these are the ones that matter the most. They have lighting behind them. I've got my lighting up top. I've got a mini fridge back here. It is the fanciest of rooms. Let me just turn the tracking back off. There we go. I'm still working on getting the lighting right. Now the tracking needs to come back on it because the camera needs to come this way a bit more. There we go. Re-entering. Stopped in hopefully to see Ranger Beastlord Rogue. Oh, I can swap to that. Not right now. I do want to try and get some levels here, so we're going to get some levels first. But apparently my pet is wearing Imbrued. Imbrued is Bard. Hydrate. Oh, we're going to have to drink more. Hold on. Hold on. Give me 1 second, sir. Because I will absolutely not pay attention to this. There. There. Let me drink some more. Ah. We're not having a Freshka stream today. All right, let me close all of that and back to leveling. We'll at least get to 45 and then I will probably forget what you just asked. So let me write that down. Posture, look, I just got, I got a migraine. I want to sit how I want to sit. Why are you being so mean? The buffs are funny. Look, there are so many buffs here. How many more buffs do you want me to buff with my buffs? Okay, let me just really quickly scroll up. What was that class combination again? Ranger, Beast, Rogue. There we go. We're going to ignore the fact that I just wrote rouge, and I almost never do that. We love your streams, but we love you more. You should be laying down in bed right now and resting. No. What's going on is I have a migraine, but the medication that I took is taking away the pain, but it's not taking away the like fuzzy head feeling. So it's a little hard for me to concentrate, but it is not hard. It's not painful for me to do so, if that makes sense. And I don't have artifacts at the moment, so we're good. We're good. All right, more nukies. That's not a nuke. See, this is probably what's going to get me killed, but that's okay. No, get off him. That's my pet and you can't have it. Thank you for the beats. The aura, that's how my medicine works too. Yeah, no artifacts, we're good. I had a terrifying experience last night. I was home alone, relaxing in the bathtub, when all of a sudden I felt a tap on my shoulder. Day shock with all the jokes. Love it. We're just going to sell that. Funny enough, I do not need that. More nukes. It is nice to just like stand there and click one button and things start dying. Hubby should make you go lay down, but let you have time to stream tonight if we ever get the promised Fot Hicks that puts solo sky. I mean, I don't need to stream that. It's just putting in sky and fixing things. It's fine. That one's fine. Let us just straight up mez that and then nuke this. Sir, no one invited you to this party. Look, you're gonna get this just because you're being rude. Yeah, how you like them apples? No more lizard mage. I did change. I'm sorry. No more lizard mage. Apparently everybody wants me to be lizard mage though. You are not the first one that is like, you should have been lizard still. That's how I know I lose vision basically in one eye and know I need to take medication. Yeah, I am exactly the same. But if I catch it fast enough, it doesn't get to the point where I am incapacitated. So for the most part, I'm good. Honorary Eric sub. Oh, 179 gifts in this channel. Like for real, Red. Thank you for supporting my channel so much. You need to stream me doing first attempt at Sky when it's finally instance. But then you'd be doing group Sky if I were there with you. So that would be dangerous. I'm not sure you want to do that. Oh, this is, hold on. We want to dot golems because they have so many hit points. Let me do that really quickly. Yeah, the damage on this stuff is actually really nice for a two-hander, by the way. Actually really nice. We will also feedback, go back to mastery, and nuke. There we go. Going down much faster now. Eyes up here, Giggle. Congratulations on your 7 streak. That's a week. It's actually crazy to me because I don't pay attention to how often I stream or how many weeks I've been streaming. So when I added in the streaks, seeing people like be here every day for all the streams has been pretty heartwarming for me. I love it. Thank you guys. All the support. Love it so much. It will still be instanced. It would still be instanced. But you need to definitely do it for yourself the first time round, I think. I mean, that's part of the joy of learning. But it wasn't a rock, it was a rock golem. The joke rides once again. Was that supposed to be Rock Lobster? I don't actually know the song. to be fair. We need to get... Oh, no, we don't need to do that. We need to Rancor and then Kenny. And then suddenly Mana. And then we go back down here. So maybe Shaman isn't the best combination for this. Maybe I do need another... Like maybe Necromancer would be better there. And then you just heal with Necromancer, slow with Enchanter. Yeah, that would be really nice. Or Bard, because Bard gets the increase. Oh, all the thinking. All the thinkings. I guess I should be pulling with Mellow. No, Pacify always goes there. Pacify is my 6. That's just how that works. Because then I won't get resisted on Conflagration as much. Look, I'm smart. Stupid bards. And their stupid songs. And their stupid stupids. I know. It's mostly because I would get a little bit of extra mana. Bards are technically an int class. I don't know if they count in terms of arcane mastery, though. Look, you guys. Stop attacking the pet. That's not how that works. But look, I'm taking like near no damage with this new Channel Land stance goodness. I am such a fan of these invocations they've put in. I just hope that they do something with boss resists so that you don't have to overchannel. Hi, Cal. Bard was an enchanter for evasive. Necro was an enchanter for FD life taps. Oh yeah, FD. I forgot about FD. SK was an enchanter. Because if I look at the mastery itself, it says Shadow Knight, Necromancer, Wizard, Magician, Enchanter. And I'm assuming that that means those are also the classes that trigger the additional intelligence class stuff. So I'm not entirely sure Bard technically counts. We'll have to do some testing with that, I think. Let me go down. I just met you, and this is crazy. So join my Discord. I was in your Sky group last night when you were fed up with Bard Song. I go, oh my gosh, yes. So after I quit my stream, I went up into Sky and joined another group because I was handing in quests and people were like, oh, XYZ is up. And I'm like, you know what? Let's go. And the new Sky seems to have some real aggro issues. We were getting imps coming from the sky continuously. Oops, I'm not even in Arcane. Imps coming from the sky continuously. They like chained in on us. We had mobs just aggroing from across the island. Like when we were on Pegasus Island, we had 2 Pegasus that attacked us. We were on one side of the island and they decided kind of straight to us. And because I was playing Bard songs constantly and I have the AA that increases my range on those, I would immediately get aggro from everything. And I got so mad. I was so mad the entire time. I'm like, you know what? I'm just... I got to the point where I was just done. It's nice to be appreciated. It's not easy making clever attention grabbers 2 times a week for Discord invites. You don't have to, but I appreciate the funnies you bring to my I'm wording my streaming. So thank you, Eric. Before or after every boss imps, yes. Before, after, during, the imps were always there, or the imp would come and also pull the boss. I have not been up there today. I was scared of it. I don't know if it's still happening. Part of me wanted to do a pure triple caster triple, like Enchanter, Necromancer, Mage, but while watching this looks painful. I'm not exactly playing the most efficiently right now either. I'm just like chatting and killing things. Casters are in a lower spot right now than everybody feels they should be, including the devs. But at the same time, casters are very tricky to balance because their spells can very easily get out of hand. That's kind of the thing with casters. But if you watch the damage, I'm only 44. If you watch the damage meters, it's actually not bad for this level if I actually land. There you go. So the majority of my upper end DPS classes generally do around 200, give or take. And I can see this class combination for being Shaman, Wizard, Enchanter more than capable of keeping that. I have thrown weapons in my back here. Oh, I'm just getting resisted like crazy. Oh, no, not. He's got a lot of hit points. Oh, he's a double. He's a double. But see, look. Even when it drops down to this is still very comparable with DPS classes in the 50s. It's just a lot of casting, that's all. What am I using to parse? I am using EQ log parser. One word, easy enough to search. Here we go. And because I am Shaman, I can do this, and then this. And then because I am also Shaman, I can throw dots out. Now, Necromancer can absolutely do the same. Their mana efficiency is pretty darn good because they do get Lich. Lich is very, very good. And they can tap heal themselves. Let's get one heal on and then start nuking. See, and there's 100 with just my dots rolling. I suppose I could slow him. That does help, I guess. He's dying relatively fast for being a rock golem. Listen, Giggle, you hired an ogre bouncer, you get an ogre bouncer. And how I choose to do the job isn't up for debate. Just that I get the job done. That's fair. That's fair. The thing is with casters, it's always about the mana. And when a melee group or melee combination has no mana, it's still very good. Whereas if a caster has no mana, you got nothing. There is nothing. But because I have Enchanter, this isn't too bad with clarity. And if I really wanted to eke out a little bit more, I should be in recover, my bad. If I really wanted to eke out a little bit more regen, I can make those potions with alchemy. The ones that give another 3 regen. That pet is so dead. That pet is so dead. I'm sorry, friend. Oh, wait. I do have a spirit salve in me. You survive, sir. For now, you survive. Oh. Because even with your melee groups, like, you eventually have to stop and regen manas. He's gonna die. He's gonna die. He's gonna die. Oh, yes. Ah. Not today. Not today. He will survive. Okay, I expect they changed the open world zones to be a raid range aggro. Going to try Sky when they put the personal solo instances and see how the aggro is. Yeah, I'm waiting for that too. I totally am. EQ Legends is a tri-class game. Cost is a supplemental, not a primary focus. You're meant to have some sort of melee in your build. That's how it's designed. I don't believe that is true. I really don't. I have played multiple caster builds, and if you have a pet, they can totally tank now. They were tanking before. You just had to know how to set them up, and they're even better now. If you want to tank yourself, we now have Channeler Stance. Channeler Stance is arguably better than defensive stance and mage because you do both of them at 40% instead of just one of them at 50 and whatnot. Yes, you can spell blade AoE mez. I am quite aware. I cannot do that with this combination though. I think there are plenty of combinations that will work and castas will work. It's just we're still waiting for the eventual balance of everything. There are so many things missing still. And it's not like I say that there are a lot of things missing and you have to go, oh, well, they'll never get in. These are a lot of little things that once they get in, are going to make a huge difference. That is why they need to be balanced first before we get them over here to test them. I want to make Paladin Enchanter question mark. Yeah, do it. Paladin Enchanter is very strong. It is very strong. I have actually played that. Also, hi Gamera, how you doing? What does the Familiar do? The Familiar is basically a buff. It gives me increased resistances and reduces my fizzle rates. But if you get the improved Familiar at 45, he will give you increase the damage dealt by your critical direct damage spells by 3%, the casting level of your spells by 9%, which that's the big part that allows you to hit higher level mobs without as many resists. Increases your resistances by 25 and your mana regeneration by 6 and your maximum mana by 200 and allows you to see invis creatures. So yeah, we're trying to get to 45 for that. A lot of combinations will actually use Wizard just so that they can land easier and crit better. So excited for EQL. You and me both, and I'm the one playing. I'm excited for this game to be finished and released and to have many, many people playing it. Let's see. He is up, so we'll go down and play with him. I have to remember too that I'm only 44. I'm so used to being in here now at like upper 40s to 50s. Pal Enchanter could literally put in any other of the 14 classes and still be strong. Yes. It's a very solid combination to start with, and then swap something in depending on the content you're doing. A DPS, because paladins are... Oh, that guy is... Can you stop hitting my pet, please? A DPS, because paladin is capable of healing. Paladin is even capable of solo healing in raid content stuff, just not the upper stuff. If you want to do upper stuff, you can toss in a healer, and now you've got even more healing. I like spellblading my group heals with a spellblade combination. So yeah, absolutely anything. You can technically put in warrior too, or SK for more tanky DPS and just use the paladin as healing. The concept is mage blade type build, and you can just spellblade AoE mez and optimize for single target damage. You can. It's not perfect. There is definitely going to be times where your AoE mez is not going to trigger properly because you can't control it. But yeah, it's really good. Exactly what I was thinking. Playing in beta is great, but man, I can't wait to see the game when it's finished, or at least more polished. Absolutely. Got your pre-order in. Be there on each day one. Yes, soon. Welcome back. And yes, we're in Giggle Jail right now. Hi, good to see you. I plan on starting as Shaman Shadow Knight. That way I can probably level up all the other classes as third, I think. Very solid. Very solid. You can totally do that. I was thinking Paladin because it's its own healer as well, whereas Shadow Knight requires a target in order to heal itself. This will pull Silzik too. Actually, no, let me heal here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna lead with Mez on this guy, and it should bring... Oh wait, hold on. No, we're good. It didn't bring Sills. All right, we're just gonna nuke him. What we're gonna do is nuke him. Got your pre-order, but had to make a new account. Old account is all wonky and wouldn't let me purchase. Oh no. They're trying to fix all of that. Oh my god, my posture is so bad. You don't hit yourself with AoE spells anymore, right? Nope. Not a single spell that I have cast that is AoE, including the AoE Mez, which has a higher target cap than other Oh, nope. Then the other spells will hit you. You're good. No more of that. Does this go to 55? Yes, but what we're going to do is this. And then this. There we go. And we will finish this. And what we can also do is Rancor. There we go. We're good. So many crits. A lot of people playing, not Shaman, SK will build with Wizard because of all the extra crit you get and the extra crit damage. It makes your life taps really good. We are just going to, what we're going to do is load up Dispel. That's what I was missing. Get rid of that. We're going to strip this guy's buffs. And then nuke him to death. What is your favorite Swiss Army knife build so far as leveling up from scratch with no gear goes? If I were to level up from scratch, no gear, as the kind of Swiss Army knife, which means you can do basically most of the combat. I won't say all, because top end raids are, they do kind of require specific things. 1 second. This guy is absolutely resisting all of the things, including my mellow. Sir, down. Thank you. Bad dog, rat thing. I would have specific requirements. So slow, track, movement speed, and FD. Those are my 4 requirements. Let's see. That would probably be, I'm hoping they give base load more damage, because base load covers 2 of those. Base load covers FD and slow, and healing, of course. Paladin covers healing and tanking. You could go SK for technical healing and FD. And then you'd probably need a tracker in that, of course. So tracker would be, Bard definitely works. Bard also covers slow, so you can swap things out. Like, there's so many combinations. I think I'm going to try and start Ranger Beast Lord Druid. We shall see. We shall see. I'm interested in seeing what they are capable of. And I'm hoping that we get some love on Beast Lord soon. Yeah, I'll change my mind tomorrow. That's just how that works. This is what I am thinking right now, and then tomorrow it'll be something different. Another nuke, and then I'll swap to recover. Oh, I should have Kenny'd. And now I don't have the mana to Kenny. That's okay. This is my fault for not paying attention. The beauty of this is that I'm not actually using any dots. So I can technically, oops, no. We're gonna overchannel that first. I can technically entrance him and back out of this. I do not have a tone. We'll have to wait for that, but we can get out of combat and come back to this. Another thing I like having is the instant invis. So you think I should go Shaman Paladin instead? I was thinking to use one of the knights, landed on Shadow Knight, but I can switch to Paladin, no problems. It's really preference. The Paladin absolutely has way more healing. There is way more sustain on the Paladin, but the DPS, unless you're fighting undead, is way slower. The DPS is way down compared. Oh, you don't have to sit. Because the SK just has some really amazing DPS. With Reeve, it's all about that Reeve. You'll like ranges, and with Druid, you'll have all the hills, dots, ranger snares, some of the same spells, but from all the melee stuff, what they do is what. I like the combination of Druid with Ranger because I like the extra big DSs. I'm a huge fan of big DSs. And I like So my ranger tends to run out of endurance really fast. So I like the idea of having endurance boost through chloroplast. So I do like the idea of combining those two. Dying as an enchanter with healing would be disgraceful. Yes, it would. Hi, Sinus. Good to see you. Primary will be barbarian shaman, so second and third is up for anything. As we haven't seen the cats yet. So long as the cats look good, I will probably be primary cat, which means I can't be probably an intcaster. I'm assuming they're going to have something similar to Vashir, but I just don't know. So I can't lock anything in yet. Shaman SK Berserker is incredibly strong right now because of how Berserker's Berserker stance lowers the cooldown or the recast of Reeve. So you are reaving a lot. And because Reeve doesn't care about your weapon damage, it only cares about how many hit points you have. It has not been nerfed by the weapon damage change. So yes, Shadow Knight and Berserker pair really, really well. Add Shaman and their ability to add proc to that, and that is a massively good combo at this point in time. And I'm getting respawn. Okay, here we go. I should probably be paying attention. I'm not. I'm paying attention to you guys, and that's what matters. Yes, and Shaman also give Chloroplast. They just don't get the group one. All three classes use Wiz, so if you have Divine Stance, you get full heals each time. Yes. Paladin does also bring in that. So if you are looking to up your gains from Divine, Paladin is great for that. If you're looking to up gains from Arcane Mastery, you want Shadow Knight. Yes, Shaman gives Puma and dots, absolutely. And here, let me show you Chloro right now. Chloro. There you go. 19 hit points and 10 endurance every 6 seconds. And I don't have it on. I need to kill this one and then drag him to the stairs, which is what we're working on right now. Nope, 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 nope. Now, the one thing I will say is that melee are much easier to scale damage with. If you start with a full caster team, you need to hunt down those focus effects unless you have a mage, because the mage can summon those focused effects. So all of this damage is only going to here because of AAs and focused effects. Gah. Hold on. Come here, Sliz. Oh, he rooted me. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Gabs, no. No, Gabs. I was trying to do something and I failed in doing it. That's unfortunate. So let me wipe that. Let me finish this. There we go. Here we go. Monks are in a very good spot. Monks are in a very good spot right now. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is, you know what, let's get rid of this. Detrimental, calm, pacify. This is why I like Enchanter so much. Bard can't do this so easily. And detrimental, I'll put the memory blur here. So this guy is about to break Mez, but Sliz will come after. And if I target Sliz and put him back on my threat list, Oh, and this guy. This guy. Dude. There we go. Come on, Sliz. Oh, he wrote it. Oh, man. Okay, there we go. We're good. That was horrible, but we did the thing. Let me just do that. Oh, no. Which one was that one? That one. Let me re-wipe him. Oh, nope. He moved. He moved. Come here, Sliz. Look. Why are you throwing daggers at it? Oh, man. Why did that one come back? It shouldn't be... I shouldn't be close enough for that. Come around the corner, sir. When you are dying, pay attention to the new announcements for the Friday's dev stream. I can do that. You know what? We're just going to have to do what we can here and nuke this guy down and hope for the best. Let me catch up over here. I see that Secrets just talked about nerfing bosses' hit points. Yes. Especially in group situations. I'm probably just going to die here. I'm getting tired of actually trying to keep that going. Paladin, Enchanter, Shaman, buffer reset, every regen, toss Puma on, access to Kenny, and then throw out my 3 dots? Yeah, absolutely. As long as you can land those 3 dots, it's not bad at all. Yes, and every single boss has been soloed up to D4. It's just not every class is capable of doing that at this point in time anyway. I actually leveled Wizard Druid. It's silly, but I wanted all the port options. Enroll port is great to have for a new sub experience for buying spells. Yes, absolutely. Nectropolis, new zone. What? There's a new zone? Nice. Oh, new zones, our best zones. Absolutely. I will go check that in just a second. They are demaking the EQ2 zone. Oh. Giggles, have you had to make anyone put their nose in the corner for being upset about weapon damage changes? Not yet. I specifically said at the start of my stream last time that I'm not going to tolerate that. That's not what my chat's about, because there are other places people are chatting about that. And nobody did. But my people are pretty chill. So we don't care about it. We don't care to get up in arms. But yeah, I've seen quite a few people drop into a streamer's stream and just get really aggressive over it. And I'm good. I don't need that. Nectropolis, Secrets and Moth, Legendary Zone, coming to EQL. I am all down. I can't wait to see that. I'm excited. Oh. Okay, let me just rebuff here. We're almost there. We're almost there. 45. Load spell buff. Oh, I care. I just want Eric. Don't want Eric to boot me. You wouldn't, you know. I don't see you being the type of person that's like, I'm going to set the world on fire because they changed weapon damage. My chair is so squeaky because I have a shirt thingy behind it. There, now I'm not squeaking every time I move. I just delete red flag. Yeah, seriously though, the dev team has my complete confidence. They are fans and creators 100%. 100%. I think I see what Secrets is planning for the balance pass between melee and classes. Lower melee DPS and lower boss hit points actually brings caster viability up since their damage is linked to their mana pools. This is correct. It scales casters without actually adjusting them and keeps melee in line with how they are doing DPS percent-wise, just with lower numbers. That's a very fair take. That's a very fair take. Absolutely. We are so hype about that, guys. I am emotionally invested myself, but I am also very understanding that this is beta. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand what that actually means. Blocked by org. Interesting. We'll leave it. Load this one. This is beta. Yes, got your pre-order in. Glad to hear it. Yeah, thing is, this is beta and it's going to change. It's not just beta, it's closed beta. This is closed beta, and that was so incorrect it wasn't even. I didn't save my spell list. This is why you see me save a spell list even after I've saved a spell list. Guys. Okay, that's annoying. That is seriously annoying. Dispel, resist buffs. Hold on, don't need that. Don't need that. Damage over time, Scourge, damage over time. We'll just get what we need to get on. We'll bring the pet back up. Oh, I didn't bring that pet back up either. We'll put the heal here. We put the heals right here. Actually, I have leveled, and I didn't look at the 44 spells. Oh, for anyone that hasn't seen the new wizard spells, let me get that up there for you. Blizzard Blast. Oh, that's the fast one. We don't need that. Enticement of Flame. We don't need that. There's my Stoicism. I can translocate Kazakh now. Scaled Wolf, Guard, Leviathan Eyes. Okay, that's fine. We will still be using Conflagration. We will summon these guys. What is Mana Ignition? This is the lower level version. See that chromatic resist? This is the one that wizards can use on bosses that have really high resists. And it is super difficult to resist. If you have something that resists this, it's basically immune. Oh, laters, Eric. Bye. Hubby, nothing but love for you, brother. Also, lowering the launch point gives us more room to grow in subsequent expansions. Absolutely. Okay, so let me just, oh, I don't have Mez on. That's what I was missing. Detrimental, Enthrall, and Trance. We're going to pillage here. No, that's not pillage. That's pillage. So let me just show you this wonderful shenanigans. Boom. Mana Ignition. That knockback was me. That knockback was me. The spell itself knocks you back. It's the silliest thing in the world. Nobody uses it. And we're hoping they change it. Oh man. Nobody uses it. I almost wonder if Wizard Enchanter Cleric would be viable as a starting build. Run Cleric for heals and AC with the shield, run Enchanter for regen and stuns, and Wizard for AoE single target, along with port utility if people plan to level in parties that maybe are really, really good for multiple people to run and just spam AoE. It is a very nice combination. It is also really perfectly fine for early raids because you have the Enchanter Charm. And the Enchanter animation is very decent if you back it up with a cleric. I have actually played that. How many pets dead so far? 4 today, I think it was. 4? Because my thing is pets. I've been trying to unlock all the pet classes just so that we can run combinations to try and find the perfect pet class that can actually tank stuff. So I'm hoping they add in the ability for us to see pet hit points and stuff through the pet window. It's all right there. We just need to be able to see it. Hi, Thug. How you doing? Oh, head doing a little bit better right now, so that's good. The pressure feels like it's going down now. A whole pet, I know. I've killed like 2 enchanter pets and at least 2 shaman pets. I might have killed 3 shaman pets. Does off-screen count? If off-screen counts, that could be... Oh, in fairness, one of those pets was Eric making me change my class. Remind me never to ask GM to babysit. I don't think she can be trusted to take care of little people. I'm okay with little people. I'm pretty good with little people. Eric is not little people. Eric is big people. What did you decide was the best current pet class combo? The current pet class combo that has gotten me the furthest is Magician, Ranger, Cleric. Magician, Ranger, Cleric. But I need to get it a pony. I'll take 60 whatever movement speed over Spirit of Wolf. Paladin, Necromancer, Shaman may be fun. Yes. So Shaman Necromancer is very strong on its own. Adding anything to that is just bonus. I'm guessing the Ranger helped because of auto attack bow. Yes. So the main problem with pets currently in raid situations is that because raid bosses are untauntable by pets, if you are in melee with the raid boss, it will turn to you regardless of the threat of the pet. So in order for me to have a pet tank for me, I need to do ranged DPS. I originally did it Mage, Necromancer, Cleric, but the problem with that was that my mana was being used up for DPS, and that meant I didn't have the mana to heal. So I changed that around. Could you add Ranger to Necromancer, Shaman, and .N bow? You could, absolutely. The only problem is you are still meleeing with that, so you have to be okay with a melee combo for that. Because if you root something, it's not going to work. Root also reduces the damage on Ranger stuff. So Rangers get a bonus to damage if the mob is not moving but capable of moving. Which is why I wanted the pet tanking that. Ranger, Wizard, Cleric. That's a lot of like single target boom boom. You can weave wizard stuff in between the Ranger, especially the Skybow, really easily. If it was International Worm Day, we could rename GM to Wiggle Mage, Wiggle Wiggle Worm. Ranger, Necromancer, Shaman be viable. Yeah, again, Ranger will be tanking in that situation. Also perfectly fine. You have basically slow from the Shaman. And Rangers are in a really good tanking position right now. They are actually quite defensive. I have friends that are running Ranger as their main tank in their combination and doing perfectly fine. Snare, Dot, and Bow. Yeah. Snare, I think, yeah, Snare will also remove the damage bonus because they are moving. They are still moving. Pets here need something like Dark Age of Camelot, Mana Enchanter Focus Damage Shield, or something like having all the caster aggro be generated on the pet instead of the caster. I have actually mentioned that too. I mentioned a stance that transfers aggro to your target, or just to your pet. Would be really nice. but that would not help in the situations of the pet having the higher threat, but you still having the aggro because of the way pet taunt works. Put life tap on Spellblade for sustain, have Shaman heals for backup, and slow seems strong. Yes. I survived the majority of my leveling up on my first character with just Necromancer life taps. I was Magician, Necromancer. Hold on, let me have a look. I didn't have a healer on my very, very first. Magician, Necromancer, something. Wow, it's been so long. It might have been Bard at that time. Yeah, I think it was Bard at that time. And then I eventually swapped to Cleric for heals. Whoop. There's a root AA that causes damage to break root 50% less. Yeah, but the problem is it's still rooted. Even the Magician root will, like the Magician's pet root, will stop you from gaining the bonus damage on your bow. It's also something I have put into suggestions. Please fix that. Rock Golem. For wizards, the rain spells are so mana efficient. Even single target feels like cheating. I am kind of aware of that. My husband has played wizards, but it feels weird for me raining on a single target. Do charm pets use your pet gear? They do not currently. We believe the intention is that they do, but they do not currently. A stance that has your pet act like a player aggro would be nice. Yes. I'm still confused on their AA choices sometimes. Like the AA root active seems like such a bad choice for this game. I mean, yes and no. We definitely don't have all the AAs that they are intending to put in. We literally just got new AAs put in, which means they're still looking at AAs. I feel like some of them were just the AAs that were harmless, so they didn't have to really balance them. So they just put them in there for you to play with. I'm thinking first character to be Necromancer, Druid, Shaman. Going in all in on dots. Necromancer as main class since they can probably also solo best. So adding other classes on is just a benefit? Absolutely. Necromancers are more than capable of being the solo damage in a group and the solo survivability and the solo everything. So adding on to that absolutely helps. You could technically swap out your Druid or Shaman for something that will allow you to lull, however, because that will help you get your single targets. At the same time, I leveled my very first character, and what I mostly did was just AoE slow everything and then AoE dot everything. And it didn't matter how many things I pulled, I generally was perfectly okay. Barada. Barada? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I wonder if they will overhaul Beast. An interesting combo would be like Beast Druid Ranger. I have done Beast Druid Ranger. I have done Beast Druid Bard. I have done Beast Druid Mage. I have done Beast Necro Druid. I would really love to see a good overhaul of the Beast to make it a special class, because right now it is a class that doesn't have a real definition other than the fact that it is a Beast Lord and it has a pet. So I would like to see some definition there. The tick rate is super fast on Rain's here. Not sure if it's a bug, but it's nice. Oh, really? Wait, maybe it did take into account of Arcane Mastery. I'm not watching what stances I'm in. V's Better Life. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate. I wish they would have said if the new zone was a reused zone from an expansion or an entirely handcrafted zone. From what I'm hearing, it's an EverQuest 2 zone, which means they would have to remake a zone that never existed in EverQuest. Beast isn't as bad as people say. You get hybrid shaman spells, though as a melee DPS, they just need to pump bump pet stuff, they need to also pump its DPS. It is right now a support that is incapable of being a DPS. And that is really, really sad. With the new War AAs, it seems like War got more class definition with regens and crit. They did. They're broken right now, but they did. The AAs aren't actually working at this point in time. I think Beast is okay. It's not like having Beast in your combination will make it fail. That's not the reason why a combination will fail. It just needs a little bit more love, because if you look at the class on its own, it cannot stand up to the rest of the classes. Its pet needs to be higher level. Whenever you think about Everquest, and I know that this is not Everquest Live, I'm just talking in general here. Whenever you look at Everquest and the pets, it was always the same. It was the mage has the better pets, especially for tanking, then the Beast Lord had the better DPS and tank than the Necromancer. And right now that is not standing true. So the Beast Lord pet is lower level than the Necromancer. The Beast Lord pet does not have the same tank ability as the Necromancer, because the Necromancer is Shadow Knight Warrior. And the Beast Lord pet is Berserker, Berserker Warrior. And the problem with Berserker for that pet right now is that Berserker's damage does not come from its flurry. And that's pretty much what being a Berserker gives to the Beast Lord pet. Berserker damage comes from Berserker stance, and the pet doesn't get that. So it didn't get anything really but hit points and a really tiny boost to DPS. If the pet got Berserker stance, it would have made it a DPS pet, and I would have been okay with that. But right now, it just didn't do enough to help the Beast Lord. But that's just my opinion. Is it just Shadow Knight POW that gets Spellblade? Would Dual Wield trigger Spellblade more? No, Dual Wield does not trigger Spellblade more. Dual Wield, Spellblade is based on your maximum mana and the amount of mana that it takes to cast the spell. That is what defines how often it triggers. Shadow Knight, Paladin, Ranger, and Beast Lord all get Spellblade, which is one of the reasons why I like Beast Lord in my teams. We're getting there. We got 25% more experience to go. I'm happy that Warriors got a little bit more of their defining abilities. The crit is actually very nice. So the weapons themselves were dropped down about 20% in terms of DPS, and the AA boosted their crits by 30%. So they gained a little bit up from the nerf, the balance that the other classes got. So I'm good with that. Rangers did the same. Rangers with their strike through got a little bit more out of the changes. The warrior hit point regen is insane. It will be insane. Yeah, I wish people would call the melee change a nerf. The game isn't out yet. The change is not a nerf. This stuff is expected. Exactly. No need to get up in arms. That is what I keep saying, and I will not reiterate this too much because I don't want the fight in my channel. The game is in closed beta. What happens is it goes through alpha testing, and then once they're like, this is good enough, we'll put that into the beta that is closed beta, which is us, and we will see how other people play it and how well it plays with others, with other classes and stuff like that, because they're not going to sit there and go through every combination. Then they take a look at what's going on and they go, okay, so this was a good idea, but it needs to be changed this way in order to reach the level that we want it to be. It's not that they're nerfing it. It's that they're making sure it's the level that they intended it to be when they put it onto our server. because they tested it already and they felt it was in the right spot. But we have found through our own testing that it was stronger than what they intended. And at this point in time, it was the moat system. So the moat system, a lot of people rarely went above 4 or 5 on their moats because we didn't have a lot of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In fact, I don't think I've seen 110. I've seen 110. Recently, I think it was not last week, but the week before, they increased the range of moats that dropped. So you could get upper end moats much easier. And now a lot of people have put more pluses into their weapons, and we're finally seeing what that is capable of doing in terms of DPS. So they are seeing something that originally, when it first came out, we weren't seeing because no one was able to get that high. So they have to balance that back to a point where they wanted it to be originally. It is not a nerf. Huh. Okay. I'm guessing the new zone they're making is Necropolis Castle from EQ2. It is. That is what I'm hearing too. And I'm excited for that. I'm excited for them bringing EQ2 stuff over because EQ2 is still technically EverQuest. Necropolis Castle make you think you're drunk running around? I haven't actually played it. I played Everquest 2 right at the start. I dabbled into it a little bit more as I got bored of World of Warcraft, but I haven't really played a lot of it. So get off my pet. So I'm excited for it as a person that has not seen that kind of stuff. And I'm also interested in it as a zone that other people know that I don't. It is going to be one of those things where I won't have information on this. If boss hit point is coming down, the melee weapon change adjustment isn't really a nerf. True. And also, it is not Melee Quest. They are trying to keep everything together, yes. One of the conversations that was in a different channel was that on stream, they had, I'm going to air quotes this, promised that they did not care about balance. They only cared about classes and I'll say the power fantasy. That is not quite true. The way they said it is simply that it is not as important. It doesn't mean that they aren't going to balance, just that their focus is not on the balance. And they did mention that if there was something that needed to be balanced because it was incredibly over, they would bring it back. So you can't use that quote, guys. You know I'm all about the receipts. This is so cool. I almost reactivated my EQ2 sub. I might next month, not sure. Oh, just to check out the castle and then come back and see what it changes, how it looks. Maybe I should do that too. Maybe I should go into EQ2, start that up as like a mini sub stream, and then, oh, hi guys. And then come into EQ and show the differences or the sames or all of that stuff. That could be fun. Ranger Wizard Bard to see how quad kiting feels? Go for it. Bard AoE is a bit ridiculous right now if you have the mana pool in order to do it. So I will let you know that. If you are Bard, Wizard, and anything with mana regen, it is pretty redonk. Pretty redonk. I think I'm going to just play it naturally for a bit. Artax has a guild there. I tried EQ2 before, but didn't get into it as much. Yeah, I had a hard time because of, what is it? The combat. The combat felt very clunky to me. So I couldn't enjoy it as much as I wanted to. But I loved many of the systems in EQ2, like the collection system, the trade skill systems. I loved those. EQ2 had the best trade skills. I'm trying to keep an eye on my health and my pet health. Not looking to preview the zone. I mean, I just mean something I would do would absolutely be that. Yeah, the combat felt weird. And I wasn't a huge fan on the buff system where you had like 5 buff slots and you could only have a certain amount of buffs based on those slots. That didn't feel right to me. But it's not like it was a bad game. It just wasn't the game I wanted it to be. It didn't feel right to me. Are you at all afraid that duos will feel bad if there are no monster scalings between 2, 3, and 4-man group content? I don't know if there is going to be scaling or not. But currently I'm not too afraid. I think they're going to get a lot of feedback in this it's not open beta, but I tend to think that in the pre-order beta because there's going to be way more grouping going on there. So I think we're going to see some changes to the group stuff based on what feedback they get from that. Didn't Secrets post something about wanting to do dynamic scaling, or was that just for raid? Yeah, I do. I do see that there is an ad break. Yeah, she did. It was in the main channel. But wanting to do and doing are 2 different things. So I'm just going to take a moment and chill. I'm just getting back manner and health anyway. More drinks. This is the caffeine because caffeine opens your blood vessels and helps with headaches. And where is my lip balm? Because I talk a lot and it makes my lips get really dry. Oh, that's interesting. I just found the ad manager in my stream dashboard where I can manually run an ad. That's good to know. When do you unlock the stances? Are they A's you earn? No, stances are there from level 1. So the moment you make your character, you'll be able to open up your abilities and your stances will be usually down the bottom. No need to level that up. No need to go talk to somebody. Right there for you. Let me go up here and kill some more. We're getting there. I am a huge fan of the stances, just to be clear. There were a few that I was like, I'm not too sure about this, but they kind of changed them. So there you go, more balancing. And I will point out that whenever a balance is for the better, people are perfectly good. But when it's a balance for the better that takes something away from someone, everyone is always up in arms. Like, you're always okay with the good ones. You're always mad when that's not the good ones. Or at least most people are. I am ambivalent. I know what I got into when I signed up for it. I didn't sign up just to pre-play a game. There are some AAs like Rogue gets Chaotic Stab at level 1 as well, so that they can backstab from the front. But you start earning AAs at level 1, so you can start buying usually General and Archetype at level 1. Some class AAs you can also get at level 1. Welcome back to everybody that was in the ad break. Oh, I'm not in Arcane Mastery anymore. I'm like, why am I casting so slow? Well, you wouldn't be casting so slow if you had the right stance on. This, because it's brand new stuff like stances and invocations, I'm still trying to get used to it. There is still times, like many times, where I'm like, oh, I've been in inversion this entire time when I should be in recovery. Time to get busy, moving to laptop. Bye. Welcome to my lurkin. I like lurkers. All support is good support. We're almost there. 96. That's just a couple of kills. I really don't want to play with a rook golem right now, though. Ding. I'm happy to just get this one to 45 at this point in time. And then we can go play with something else. What was it? We wanted Ranger, Beast, Rogue? We can do that. We can go back to that. Lurk away, sir. Oh, my poor head. It's like I said, it's not painful, but it's definitely pressured, and I can feel that. Okay, over channel, because this guy is red, and we will break him with this one. Always do odium first, because that one will not break them. Your other ones will break them, though. Ding, ding, ding. We'll just nuke you down. Nuke him down. So difficulties aren't made specifically for 4-player groups. They're just harder, so it's generally easier if you are in a bigger group. The problem right now is that because there's no dynamic scaling, whenever they balance something, they have to balance it for no groups, or at least right now they do. I believe that's what Secrets was talking about before. They err on the side of caution because they would rather a group burn through the instance than a duo struggle through it. So that's where we are right now on scaling in dungeons, because there are a lot of people that just duo, lots of couples for the most part. So husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, all that kind of stuff, partners. When you duo, things get a lot more difficult because charms happen, mezzas happen, fears happen. I'm missing one. But yeah, in general, all the things that can usually be soloed without problem start becoming a problem. So if you get into D4 and it's tuned too high, you and your duo, you can't do anything because you're just getting CC'd all the time, because in the higher difficulties, they have more classes. So instead of going up against just a warrior or maybe just a warrior cleric, you're now going up against a warrior cleric paladin. And the spells don't work the same for NPCs right now as they do for players. So in the instance of me and Anuruk earlier, they chain cast a stun and you can't get out of it. So there's definitely some problems going on. So this was 45. Supernova is the point blank. We did finally get superior healing. We do have lesser familiar, but we can get the AA. New shaman pet, which we are kind of not interested in. Okay. I will now get mana burn and improved familiar. Create that hotkey. Whoops, I think I have to get rid of my old one first. Yeah, let me just, oh, interesting. Hold on. Hold on. So that was the improved familiar. That was my minor familiar. It kind of summoned a improved familiar here, but I might have to do something about it. I was actually going to leave, but they're like, no, that's not how that works. Do you feel like Shaman and Druid will need more love? They do. They do currently need more love. Shaman is in an okay spot simply because of slow. In solo versions, you can slow stuff that normally is not slowable. So they get better heal rates because they are slowable. Druid has nothing. Druid has basically superior heal, and that's it. So we're waiting. We're waiting. Okay, so let's go do something else now. What do we want to do? So we wanted to test the Ranger Beastlord Rogue combo against another boss. Obviously, it couldn't take down an Uruk. That was a problem. So let's go. Let's see. Fear's got 2 and just 2? Fear only has 2 done. So we can go play in Fear with the other combo, which is in Fearot. Fearot time. Wait, did Giggles imply that Shaman has advantage over Enchanter RE slow? Yes, it does. It does. Shaman slows are better than Enchanter slows. I think Enchanters are faster though. And Beast Lords are faster still. I'm wondering when this hot fix is going to happen. I'm like, have they told us yet? Question mark. No, they have not. Okay, I think I had this combination earlier, which means it should be, yep, right here. Which means I don't have to set anything up. We are down for that. Still got room in inventory. I'm going to move my forage button because I really don't want to do that. We need to summon my tiny friend. Oh, summon my baby Wisp. Why are you so cute? So this, we will save this as combat just to make sure. Load buff. In OG EverQuest, Shamans were the slow king, Enchanter was the haste queen. Exactly. Enchanters had the better haste. In this, that is also true. They have swift like wind. Looks like 65% versus 70 on the wiki. So is that Shaman to Enchanter? Beast Load was the backup slow. Yeah, in raids, I would always just chain slow on Beast Load because it landed easier, and then it would be slowed until the yeah, there. It would be slowed until a Shaman landed. We forgot to buff. We forgotteth to buff it. Load back to combat. It could be slightly off though. Maybe. I can check that eventually because what you do is you just take off your haste items and then you slow yourself and it will tell you. All right, off we go. I really do need a pony. I need a pony, guys. I see a Mellow. Oh, hi, Mellow. Yeah, that's how you tested it in game, in live too. A lot of things like dots, slow changes, what else? Resists. How much resists you got for like mellow and all that stuff. Presumably negligible at D4, yeah. I mean, that little bit extra is amazing, but at the same time, it's not like game breaking. So that's why I'm perfectly fine with Enchanter slows. Whereas I think it's like, I don't even think it's 50 for not bards, for beast load. It's like 45 or something. Yeah, beast would semi-slow until the shaman could land the real one. And it was much better if the beast lord got aggro from trying to slow than it was for shaman. And there were many times too that our shamans never landed the slow, but the beast lords did. Which is why we often talk about beast lords having some hidden resist modifier, but technically it's just because we can recast faster. I test it by counting 1,000 on 1,000 in between swings. I mean, that would work too. Many a time, floor tanking after catching aggro on my beast. Yes. And then they gave us the discipline that lowered damage, and that was so good. And then even further on, you got Playing Possum, which we have now, by the way. Playing Possum. Oh, that was the first time I've ever seen it fail. There you go. Floor tanking is totally a thing. Rangers are well aware of how floor tanking works. What about other shaman tools? Kenny, do you think they're more valuable in D4? Kenny is extremely invaluable so long as you are able to keep your health totals up. So if you have cleric, or if you have a monk, because monk can mend, getting your health up to Kenny and then get it back up again is amazing. It's amazing. So I've got fright on 0. That's really weird. But I don't have anyone else. Let's just get this guy dead. Oh, I need to do poisons as well. Poisons make a difference. Hubble of Spirits. My kick is not activating. This is why I put my attacks over here now, so I can see if my attacks are activating. Concussive and Hubble. Let me make sure my items were changed. They were not. So where is my equipment? Pet needs to take that off, put this back in, and we can also give him, we'll just give you that. There you go. I don't have a better waist. I do have a better ring. Oops. Which is, I don't think it's pure blood though. No, it's not pure blood. It's the other one. I have like 3 rings. Oh, my inventory, plus inventory. Such a mess. You know what? Doesn't matter. That. Weapons. My weapons I were using were the rogue dagger, which I do not remember the name of, and the ranger offhand. Rogue dagger. Thorn stinger. And then we can wind striker here. We can, oops, hold on. I got to take that out and put it in here. There. Oh, why did that go there? And my arrow. I need my arrow. Good enough. We're good enough. Destroy that. Fungo can go in there. That will do. That will do. Pet is now good. Okay, we're good. And danger. Great. I did. I unlocked Rogue Primary. I unlocked Warrior Primary. I unlocked Shaman Primary. Not very knowledgeable in classes. What made you inspired for this combo? Actually, not raids. I did not do this one for raids. This was my kill trash combo. So you got the DPS of the rogue, but the Shroud of Stealth of the rogue and the escape. You've got the attack buffs from both Ranger and Beast Lord, as well as the FD from Beast Lord, the tracking from Ranger, the lull from Ranger. This is the highest lull you can get in Classic right now. And I'm missing one thing. Ranger did something else. And something else. I can't think of all the things right now. But there's a lot of good stuff. Innate camo. Innate camo is the other one. Which isn't necessarily needed because you can hide and sneak. Which, by the way, your Shadow Stealth keeps you hidden from watchful eyes. So normally this guy would see through invis, but he is not now because Shroud of Stealth. Okay, so let me just go back over here. How's Ranger healing? Terrible. I'm pretty sure Ranger only gets greater healing. Okay, so right now we need to make sure we're not close to him and lull these guys out here. Ranger and Beast do need a little bit of love, but they are also hybrids, so I understand. I do understand. Come over here, sir. Oop. Posture. Oh. Posture. So we're going into offensive stance. Making sure pet is attacking, because you can't really tell if the pet is attacking. And we are in recover. We're swapping to Spellblade so that we can Spirit Salve. See, this is the best heal I've got right now. It is a good trash build. It is not a good running around build. So if you're hunting rares, this is a really good build, but versus tanking this kind of stuff, not so great. Oh, and Jolt. And Jolt. So if we ever get to the point where pets can tank, it actually will not be bad. I can Jolt, I can FD, and I can hide in order to drop threat to give it to my pet. But here, I'll show you. Let me Jolt down really quickly. See how my pet has 116? That means my pet should be having threat right now, but it is not. That is because I am too close. It's not because I'm rooted. It's not anything. I'm just too close to a mob that it cannot physically taunt. Taunting attackers is normal. You'll never see a taunt here. And because of that, this is how the mobs act. They will attack whoever is closest to them. The cooldown on escape is 5 minutes. There is not currently a way to lower it. Let me just turn that off really quickly. Rangers heal to full after activating gate. That is correct. They do need a bit more healing. Paladins compete with druids, so of course rangers are hurting on the healing, yes. But paladins were supposed to be like the healer tank, so I do hope they give something a little bit more to Ranger and Beast Lord, just a little bit. Even if it's something of their own that bumps them up a tiny bit higher, I'd be happier. Like even like 550 healing instead, that would be fine. I'm not sure I understood the unyielding stance. It's 25% resistance to CC and a bit more regen? Yes. If you are playing a combination that has absolutely no casters in it, unyielding is actually really nice. The regen is not trivial. If you build for the regen, you can easily get up to like 100 regen a tick. It's really good. Let's see. What's the cooldown? Okay, 5 minutes is rough. Very hard to build around that. That's why I got Feign Death as well. And then if Feign Death fails, I can then escape. You said rogues have SOS? Yes, they got that yesterday. So rogues picked up Shroud of Stealth right here. Yay. All right, let me go over here. Do you think any caster combos will be able to solo D4s with pets or charms, or will there need to be some type of words, have some kind of plate class? I feel eventually casters will be able to do it. They may require more gear in order to get enough AC to not be taking a ton of damage, but the new caster defense stance is really good. It is really good. Do not count them out just yet. Trying to tab the guys over there. They're like out here. There we go. Not really an issue on this difficulty, to be fair. These guys don't usually join in on the threat. But it's good habits. It's good habits. Good pew. Good pew. Uh-oh. Pet. Pet, no. I have to wait for my Where is my range stats? I have to wait for my root to wear off. Fortunately, I can swap to range stats, which will give me like my double attacks if I turn that off. That's not how that works, but there we go. There we go. I'm pretty sure that even if he gets low health aggro, this guy will not turn. I think they just do not care. Does not care. I can toss some doubts in. Maybe not malaria. No, malaria is good. So I generally look at it things like if you're playing a combination that's a really good group killer or just solo grinder, you should be able to also take down 0 and possibly 1. If you are playing a combination that is made to be able to tank something, then you should be good to take down like 1 and 2. If you are looking to take down 3 and 4, you need to be specifically geared in order to do it. That's how I look at it. Rangers should at least get healing water at 48-50 range. Yeah, that would be helpful. Do you know if unyielding increases the new regen from warrior AA? I don't. Simply because the AA is not working right now, so we can't test it. Do multiple plus regen items stack? They do. Wait a minute, which class in that combo has FD? The Beast Lord. The Beast Lord now gets Playing Possum. It should be in class, but right now it's an archetype. It's down here. Level 46. So you do have to get to 46 to get it. I just got a creator message. One moment, please. Okay, cool. It's cool. It's a 30-second cooldown, so it's not amazing like normal FD, but we have it now, and that's all I care about. More heals. No one's saying warrior needs better heals. Ranger be fine in 1 to 3. Y'all just need to get good. Sarcasm. Look, I am in 0. I'm doing fine. I could not take a Nurak with this combination, though. I think, however, if I had Monk instead of Rogue, it might have actually been doable. I think that would have been doable. So I need to unlock one of these one of those 3 combinations. So Monk, Ranger, or Beast Lord, in order to test that. Because I think the 2.5 minute mend would have been enough to get me back ahead. We'll try. We'll try when I unlock it. All right. Lol. Harmony. Thanks for spreading all the knowledge. Have you been in the beta for a while or just know a lot of things from playing Classic? Both. I've been in the beta since Wave 2. And I have played Everquest 1 for quite a long time. Everquest Live, I guess everybody calls it now. Oh, let me turn around because this guy actually has a breath and it will hit my pet. There we go. Yes, I was in second wave beta streaming since the NDA lifted. Yeah. And yeah, I was also, so what I did was when I first joined, it was like right at the start of them announcing that EQL was a thing. Where did they come from? I thought did I not? Okay, fine. Let's get over here. We'll get on the Gorgon. Oops, that is the wrong button. I am stunned and, hold on. I thought only Scarelings did that. Also, why am I getting teleported for nothing? For nothing. What was that? Okay, hold on. I didn't think Spectres did that. My pet is going to die. I have to FD over here. Did not fail? No. Sorry, pet. Sorry, pet. Ugh. what I did was whenever I was in the Discord originally, I would be saving dev comments because I wanted to make sure I kept them all available to myself to remember. It's one of my OCD traits. Whenever somebody asked a question, that meant that I always had an answer from a dev in order to tell them if I had the information. So I would tell them by forwarding the dev comment. And I pretty much did that all the way up until I got into beta, did it during beta until we started streaming, and now it's really hard to like always watch that. But that's how I got known in the Discord. Do you know if oatmeal cookies with a chocolate chip in them is better than chocolate chip cookies with oatmeal in them? I don't, because I don't eat those. Have you tested if the Shadow Knight and Enchanter increase aggro buffs stack? So if so, could it help pet aggro? I don't think pet aggro is too bad at this point in time. I will be fair. It's just the fact that they can't physically taunt anything that is boss flagged. Does Divine Invocation heal the base mana cost of a spell or the amount spent after AA focus, etc.? Interesting question. So this says 108 mana. I have no focuses on it. I do have... That is not V. I do have the archetypes for... Oh, I don't have them in this one. Okay, good. Oh, no, I do. Here we go. Instant healing. Oh, I don't know. So I can't actually test that right now. I don't have the AA that lowers it. I did that again. Hold on. Divine. Uh, 54, but my health went to full. I can test that though. I can test that. All right, pet up. Pet buff. I am all about sharing the knowledge. Giggle shares the knowledge and kills pets. I am the Giggle Mage and the Giggle Sage. What if you use the beast base class of monk and shaman with beast? You absolutely can. The beast will still bring a better pet than the shaman pet, better haste and procs than the shaman will ever get. It will also bring the interrupts from the direct damage. So I don't use them, but Beast Lords actually get... I don't use them in this build. These. An entire line that is direct damage and will also interrupt spellcasting. So those are really, really good. You usually combine them with Ranger single nukes as well. Just looking for the fire one. I'm like, I don't know where it is. Yeah. The Ranger now get those burning arrows where it's direct, fast cast, direct damage, and also dots. Do I need to worry about any of that? Not really. Force of Nature, I will rebuff that. Oh, I know what I'm not doing. Hold on. My DPS is low because I'm not running a haste right now. Because my haste actually comes from a clicky, and I don't have that clicky in. Augment Dark Cloak of the Sky. So this is the Ranger Sky clicky. And unfortunately, this one, unlike the monk one, is very short duration. I will put Paragon down here. So you have to keep clicking it every 30 seconds. But it does allow you to reach the haste cap now. Have you ever had this? I didn't think they did that conversation with yourself before. All the time. All the time. Scarelings and specters. That's right. Somebody told me it was specters before and I completely forgot. She always had the dang comment. It was almost freaky. They called me a sniper. They called me a sniper because I would... Oh gosh, I just made that worse. Because I would constantly snipe even the mods out of what they were saying. Come here. You die first, sir. I don't care. I don't care. I don't even know where you are. I don't even know. Where's my pet? Hold on. Let me heal the pet because he is tanking right now. Whoops. Sir? Now I have a scaling too. Oh, and I have fright. Okay, we're gonna be FDing this one again. You know what? I'm gonna go kill fright over here first. He bunted me. Oh, that's glorious. Oh wow. Shroud of Stealth failed. Oh, is that because I got removed for... Hold on. Oh, they've got me stunned. They stunned me. That was weird. All right, well, I guess I can catch up in conversations now. Hi, how you doing? That dev comment thing is awesome. I've been trying to get into the details on certain stats and mechanics on EQL, and everyone has the answer, but few people have actual tests, sources, or dev comment. Yeah, that was mainly why I was doing it, because everybody was popping out feelings and what they thought was going to happen, and it was getting false information out. So I started just like really quickly posting the dev comments so that people would always have what the dev said and not what somebody else said. And if I had something that was something I thought of and not a dev thought of, I would say that. So I am that person. Okay, divine should heal and give 181. 181. I don't think I have a mana preservation item on. Oh, I do. So there's one. Let me take that off. So take off the mana preservation. Oh, no, that won't work because of the level. So you don't have to worry about that. But I can also test that later. Morland TV, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Let's summon my pet. I will redo buffs and then we'll go kill Fright. Oh, thank you for the subscription, Morland TV. I really appreciate that. Welcome to my community. We are chill here. We just enjoy chatting and information and pets dying and me dying. Thank you for the cheered bits, Red. I feel like Red sometimes single-handedly supports the majority of this channel. Let's see, buffs. Yes, buffs. Let's see here. And you can also get Spellblade from Beast. Yes. Are you able to freely reset your AAs? You cannot. You cannot reset your AAs. That's mostly because AAs are indefinite. They are always available. There is no cap to how many AAs you can earn. So there's no real reason to refund. You just got to be a little more careful of class AAs because everybody uses these ones. So if you buy them, everybody uses them. Most of the classes use these ones. And then only the classes use these ones. So these are the ones you just got to be careful with. Your hubby should be thanking me then. I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does. Did I actually buff? I did. Okay, load. Combat. And I am not sitting straight. I can't wait to see how they handle Dire Charm and to find out if they add pet gear to charms. Yes. I'm going to assume they probably won't put Dire Charm in, at least not for this expansion. And I'm hoping they add pet gear to charm pets because that would be really nice. I'm going to unlock a lot of races so I can use different race for different loadouts. Do it. I haven't been really working on races at this point in time, mostly because I've been, oh my gosh. I don't even know what happened there. Hold on. Mostly because I've been leveling up all my classes in order for me to try them out in various situations. I want to try combinations to see how they work. So for the most part, I have just been leveling. Hi, how you doing? Let me beat you in the face. There we go. Let me remember to haste. Remember to haste whilst I beat your face. I am not a rapper. I know, I'm so far behind now. Oh no, health. Health plus evasive. Evasive, go. Don't need that. Heal. Pet is still okay. We are on the Worry Wraith pet. Worry Wraith. Shiftless deeds? You don't need to do that, sir. Don't worry about that. The one thing I have noticed is a lot of my combinations, I noticed the loss of Bard Song. So not having Bard resists is pretty big. And I'm not slowing stuff, which is also my own sillies. There we go. I don't know if I can land on Fright, though. I can never remember which one of the golems is resistant to what. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I think the pet is on my pet. Stop attacking my pet, sir. I'm going to make you go away. Did you just charm? You're trying to charm my pet, aren't you? You can't do that. That's my pet. You're knocking has. Oh, uh-oh. I will take down what I can first. You're on the Warrior Wraith? Good boy. Or do wisps have a gender? I don't know. Okay. You can die. I said you can die. It's okay. You can die. Yeah. Yeah. Don't look too closely at what I just did. Just nothing going on here. Nothing going on here. Are there any decisions that hard luck into and can't easily be changed? It's mostly the first race and primary class. That's the hardest one to lock in. Go down, go down, go down. Keep scrolling. What's the point of mass group buff? There really isn't one. What is there a cap on banked AAs? It is 50. It is your level. I actually forgot to spend some yesterday and ended up logging out over my level of AAs and I lost them. Are you wearing plate as Ranger Rogue Beast, or is that just a plate graphic? I am wearing plate. I am wearing the Lustrous and Golden Efreet. So they are technically plate. They have very high AC. Scroll, 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 scroll. Arcane Mastery could change your pet combo calculus. Swapping between Recovery and Arcane should seriously improve mana issues. It does. It does. Do your defenses work when the mob is behind you? No. No, it does not. I think High Elf needs the pet growth slider. No. It needs to be extra small and cured at all times. Was that a backstab button? You saw nothing. You saw nothing. We have not been horribly DPSing this entire time. Sir, I'm gonna need you to get back here. Ah, goodness. He's like, let me go aggro more things for you. Thanks. And now I'm stunned, I think. There we go. It feared my pet and then just stunned me. Killing that. You didn't have to put that in big red letters. Do you know what determines how often Spellblade procs? Your mana pool versus the spell casting mana cost. So if you have a higher mana cost and I think a lower pool, it will take even more to proc said spell. Yep. No, I was totally backstabbing. Look, I'm backstabbing. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm assuming your testing was prior to Arcane Mastery implementation. That could be wrong. I did some semi-testing earlier when I was playing my Wizard. It was really, really good. Mana Stone would have improved mana issues. It would. It would. You know what? We're just gonna We're gonna go swimming and just go kill these things over here. Let me swap back to recover. Endurance is fine. Oh, wow. That just kind of... Hello, ranges. Pet hold. As long as Pet doesn't get into combat, even if they hit me, we will be fine. He was like, no, you can't do that. Backstab button was just utilizing SOS. Yeah, totally. That's just a ranger, not a ranger thing. That's a rogue thing. Well, faster weapon procs spellblades proc spellblades more if it, or is it normalized? It is normalized, but I believe that Dex does affect it to a certain degree. So it doesn't matter how often you hit, but it does matter how much Dex you have. Pull monster ability would be cool. Maybe warrior, wizard, and or mage. Oh, you mean like, get over here. I just saw the balance to the scaling of weapons in the last patch. That had me starting looking at caster, but it seems like casters don't scale besides from focus effects. But getting an item from 5 to 10 won't really change the damage much. Am I understanding this right? That is currently correct. Currently scaling caster items will only get you health. Wow, this is just, you know what? You know what? We're just going to have to do this live. Get in on the Phantasm Pit. I know that currently we are having some fun with the Dracolich behind me. It's okay though. There. Get the slow off. Inversion. Inversion. Haste. Not be stunned. Oh my god, phantasms are horrible. I am still stunned, like literally still stunned. Okay, there's one. Get him, Pet. Go, go, go. Click, click, click. Way too many dots. Less dots, not more dots. More heals. We're gonna get the Gorgon slowed now that I'm a little bit ahead. I don't know if I can land on the Dracolich. That's boof. We are totally just boofing. We'll try again. Here. Over channel. And then I need to switch back to inversion and heal. Yep, got it. Got it. Inversion, heal. Inversion, heal. And then swap back to the phantasm and getting killed. Get the phantasm killed. We're okay at this point in time. We're okay. Because our backstabs do a lot of damage. Okay. Rip you. That was a nice finishing blow, backstab. Gorgon next. Water, go on that. I don't think my water was actually attacking that entire time because I had him on pet hold. And I am stunned again. I'm pretty sure the Gorgon also stuns. So I will have to catch up in just a second. We are concentrating. I think we're okay though. Just learned about the any slots. Both of yours equipped with shields at the moment. I can't see the text behind the shields, but that looks like it. Yes. These two are my any slots. They are currently both shields for the AC, because the AC is nice. I also have Bard Foci in there because Bard Foci. Are your poisons on? My poisons are totally on. Let me just... You see nothing. Yeah, my poisons are on. See, look, Obviously, I am playing the challenge mode of the game, where you don't use your abilities and you don't use any poisons. You only occasionally poisons, not on. You only occasionally like use your heals correctly. I'm not even attacking. Obviously, this is an indication that this build is perfectly fine because it is capable of doing things without needing to put all the buffs on. I'm just showing you that, and that's all we're showing right now. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. See, now that we know that this build is capable, I know, and that's why I'm boofing. Now that we know that this build is capable, we can put those buffs and those spells and those abilities on and actually do some DPS more than 33. I just need a button that goes turn on all activated abilities. Now, what I need is to find the combinations that I actually want to use properly and get them properly set up, and then that will not be a problem. It is supposed to remember what is on between loadouts, but I think it has a problem if the loadouts don't have the same classes in it. So there might be a problem there. Oh, I'm not hasting. There we go. But again, whenever you are constantly changing your classes, you forget what you need to do to keep a class efficient, which is basically what happens to me all the time. Because for me, I'm constantly changing it all to show people what a class combination can do. It just means I have to do it a little, like a few times before I finally get the full power out of it. Which is frustrating, but you know, not much I can do about it. I can't get my mind to remember that much easier. Maybe I need post-it notes or something, or like something on that wall in front of me because there's a wall behind my computer there. But so far, so good. Look at us go. It's only taking us how many minutes? We've refreshed. This is the third time, so we're probably being here at like 4 minutes. So this wore off. I also tend to try and find combinations that don't require a lot of buff refreshes, and this one's requiring quite a few buff refreshes. So I'm not sure how much I like this one. Why is my chair so squeaky today? My lumbar support, whenever I lean against it, is like. We're getting there. We're getting there. It's fine. I should be swapping back to recover for that, or at least Spellblade for half the healing cost. Still very sturdy. Once you get those slows on, you're good to go. I am hasted. Look, this is my haste here. We're good. We know what we're doing. Boom razor. 10, 10. I mean, it's not bad. Oh, it's a secondary too. But it's also not something I need. Okay, here we go. Just Kazakh times. Does the based AA that improves perk rate work on poisons as well? We don't have that AA here. We don't have that one. This is all the AAs I have for this 3-class combo. There are a lot of missing AAs. We just got like 4 or 5 in the last patch. If you are basing your builds on AAs, you have to be really careful because we definitely don't have a lot of them yet. Regen. We're doing okay in 0. That pull there was really weird. And I don't think there was any real change to this version. Oh, and I don't have. Where is Hubble? There it is. Hibbledy hubbledy. Howdy, Mordecane. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. We're just waiting for some mana. Don't mind me here, just doing a quick check on some of my socials. Okay, cool. I have to keep an eye because I'm a content creator for EQL and one of their official creator legends. So I need to I need to make sure I check to make sure they're not asking me things every now and then. Fun little tidbit on the new Nectropolis zone they are working on from Secrets. Ours is going to be a reimagining of it. 500 years ago, in its prime, far before the Thexians started messing with the people of the Nith and shoving them into dolls. I didn't even know that was a thing, but that sounds really good. I love that it's not just, oh, hey, here's a zone. It's also, here's lore and interesting stuff. Okay. So Shroud of Stealth, not Snelk, versus Khazak Thul. Indifferent. Come along, little wispy. We're going inside. Come on in, little wispy. Okay. Where is my... Disarm. Oh, I'm too far away. Oh, he does not care. Because I'm currently... It broke my stealth. You are no longer hidden. But because I'm sneaking and behind him, he's like, I see nothing. I see nothing. I'm going to disarm him. Yep, there we go. He no longer has the mace in his hand. That's just funny to me. Boing. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Gotta do the thing. Okay, so Spellblade on, offensive stance on. We will allow ourselves to get to around 25 and then we will evasive and heal. That's probably the right place. There we go. He dotted me very well. Oh, interrupted. Clicky, clicky, clicky. Let's go to Divine. It's just more healing. If I'm evasioning, it does eat it up like really quickly. But the extra healing is required right now. I do worry about that though. So back into offense. Pet is not attacking. Goodness. He keeps punting me and then knocking me and then pulling me back and then rooting me. Oh, I'm snared. Hold on. Let me get into the corner here. Hi, sir. Oops, not watching health. Once again, perfectly fine on trash. Always have issues with bosses. Just not enough healing. Not enough healing. If I had a healer in this combination, it would be fine. Okay, let me pop out back into Fearot, and I will just put a healing ring. You don't need to sub every time I die. Thank you for the support, but you don't need to. But I do, like, that helps me a lot. So she did that side-eye thing when Poisons came out, so probably. I did. I did Poisons. Incentive to die? No, that is not incentive to die. You don't have enough money to sub every time you die. Oh, I don't have enough. Look, I need you to eat. So if you would please eat and not sub to me, that would be great. What the? It's a dark assassin. All right, whatever that is. So loadouts. Loadouts. Actually, let me go. No, because I don't have that one set up here anymore. Let me have a look. I used to, but I think it's been changed since. Yeah. Notice my very much lack of gear. This is all good though. let's go back to this because this was my original combination. And we will see its changes here. I don't actually have any of the SK weapons. So I do have lots of Bard stuff. We can put the Imbrued back in. We can... I still don't have legs. I have no legs. I have no legs. So we will have to put Lustrous there. Oh, no. We can put the Golden Efreet here. Imbrued can stay there. Wrist can be Lustrous. And finger pureblood? I don't know if pureblood works. No, it does not work. It's fine. It's fine. Wait, how did I pull that out and then be unable to put it back in? How did I have 50 in there in the first place? I don't understand you, game. Okay, load buff. I don't understand sometimes. Let's see. Load buff. We also don't need to care about that. Oh, wait. That's my bracer. Wait, what just happened there? Oh, we've got weird duplicate stuff going on right now. So it equipped my bracer because it remembered it, but it was also in my pet's inventory. So when I lifted it out, it disappeared. Weirdness. Okay, buff. Where is my buff on this one? We'll do this first. Where are buff? It's usually down the bottom. Here we go. Buff. Combat. Oh, that is not my combat combination. Oh, no, it is. All right. Posture. Look at my posture. Does my posture look good to you? My posture is amazing. It's amazing. Leech touch, harm touch, melody, abrogation. I have Serpent's Tooth in offhand and no better to put there. Abrogation actually doesn't need to go there because I am Bard, which means I can pick up my Spear of Harmony, which is far superior. We can put abrogation back in there. I probably don't need that anymore. I don't think I have a better offhand at this point in time. Okay. Hail, danger, or Dagner as we call it. Let's go back in. We'll be fine. Another combination that does not have proper healing, but I was capable of doing 0 before with this combination, so I should be able to do it now as well. But I haven't tried it since after the changes to Life Tap. Bard songs are not running. Make sure those are running. That, Jackson's, Cantata, Jonathan's, and Ritz Loners, that is correct. Drain Spirit is in. Those 4 are in. Feign Death is in, and we should be good to go. Goodbow. There we go. Okay. I can get off pony now. So for this combination, is that a terror? Yeah, that's a terror. You basically just life tap all the things. We also need to turn on our abilities because, you know, those things are important, Giggle Mage. Okay. Just ignore the fact that I forget things. So we can swap to Spellblade here. We should be on defensive here. Though for 0, you could probably do offensive as well. Now, I used to run in... Oh, no, I can't do it on this one anymore. Never mind. I used to do other things, but I don't be capable of doing them now. Hi. Hi. Yeah, we're fine. We just need to slowly kill him down, as per usual. But this is a very solid combination. And if you ever fall behind on heals, you always have Leech Touch, and you always have the ability to evasive and tap yourself back. So we should be okay. Now, I used to be able to tap myself back with like 1k hit point drain spirits, and now you cannot. So there is also that. But it's not. I'm not seeing anything too terrible here. There's a 4. Back to balanced. It does take a lot if I go into evasive, unfortunately. Okay, let's swap to inversion for quick drain spirits. The beauty of drain spirit is it's also damage. That's why you use drain spirit. That's why SKs are amazing. They're basically getting health from damage. Okay, evasive. There's one of my good ones. Maybe this isn't doable. My slow was not landing at all. Oh boy. They really did do a number on SKs there. I may have to remove SK from my competition. If I swap that to Paladin, that will be a completely different fight. So let me, do I actually have that set up already? No. Okay. Let me just really quickly swap this over to Paladin and we'll see the difference in that. That I can now put in Arden, which is here. And that there. And that. I did not, that's okay. My blade stopper for some reason always gets taken out of blade stopper and it weirds me out. My Dejarans needs to go back in here. Focus. I generally put my Earth Shaker in my main hand, so we can do that. My Arden isn't. My Arden is only 3, excuse me? Excuse me. Baking powder. There we go. Go back here. Go back to, did I put it up here? No. What did I do with it? There it is. Squeeze me. My fishbone earring is not in, but that's okay. Gulbane, My Kellens. I did notice these were not on. It wouldn't have made a lot of difference though. These do not help anything land. They just increase stats. Celos is always in main hand. All right, that'll do there, that'll do there. That has improved healing. We are going to buff. So I just swapped this out, which means I need to actually put the heals in. So Superior Healing here. I don't usually use Ethereal Cleansing, so I will not put that there. Just making sure. I don't think there's anything else I need to actually put up. Okay, yeah, we'll just save that for now. Load over to buffs. Go hit point Valor, hit point Brel, hit point Symbol, AC, attack, resists. Though I don't think there is actually. Yeah, that's okay. Combats, conversions, I'll skip that, and haste. And save. I have played Paladin enough to know which ones you actually quickly need to put up. And my quick buff is down, but this one takes a long. Oops, I'm inversioning. We don't need to do that. You don't need to inversion. Oh, man. No leech touch. I could have, it would not have helped at that point in time. He had not enough hit points for me to get through. SK is good. Honestly, it's about learning the class. I mean, I know the class, and I knew that in that situation, I would not have been able to win that one. The weapon damage change has been noticeable. It has been noticeable. Might change the resource juggle race with longer fights. Yeah. Does Bud count as an incaster for that one invocation? I have to test that. I am not 100% sure. Unfortunately, I do not know. Oops. Let me just make sure. I was seeing yellow in my chat, and I was making sure that wasn't the server coming down. Okay, extra hit points. Good, 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 good. Here we go. And I'm definitely not saying I was playing that perfectly. But even just watching that, I could see and feel the difference of what it was before. And I am not the biggest fan of that. I get that they were like, I don't want SKs to have healing equal to a paladin and or cleric, but actually getting those crits is relatively rare. Okay, and I understand the change to empower. Come here, sir. Come hither. Songs are growing. Yes, songs are going. Oh, I actually don't need this one. Rizlona's is worthless to this combination. Kata's is worthless to this combination. I don't have my... Oh, hold on. I do not have... Once again, swapping things. We can actually go resist buffs here for Mystic Shielding. And we will also go for... Where is it? We'll just do Purity. No, Vitality. Okay. Swap that back to defensive. My melody should be 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, it is. We will... Where is my lay on hands? Oh, I always forget that you can't click abilities whilst you're melodying. Melodying. This makes the whole difference. That lay on hands makes the whole difference. It is silly. And if you have a berserker, it's even sillier. Poisons are not on. I mean, I know what I'm doing. My poor head. My brain is just not working today. There we go. Boofs! I wish poisons also buffed when you quick buffed. That would be lovely. That would be lovely. This reminds me a lot of the cleric warrior bard combo where you're just slowly working things down. Back into the basic for a second. Where are all my good stuff? Back into defensive. I don't have divine on my bar because paladin. Divine. Bonk. Bonk. See, look. We're already down to 4 minutes on my lay on hands. It doesn't? That's good to know, because people ask me that question too, and that's one that I need to test but have not. Three minutes. Freebie Hill is basically what that is. No, 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 no. Oh, hello. We can go in with the actual buffs on this time. Cloth ink class is listed only at the moment, so that's not true. Shadow Knight is also listed, but we still don't know if the arcane stance, I can't remember it, arcane invocation actually pays attention to the classes that it can use, or if it specifically is about the fact that you are an int caster, and technically Bard is an int caster. So that's where we are on that one. Let me save that to combat. I wish my brain was not so dead right now. True, it works for SK. Original post didn't list them. Testing it has proven it works. You were right. Oh, interesting. So you just tested it right then? Click that. Load to combat. Go back to recover. Yeah, I wasn't sure either. I wanted to. Oh, Knight did last night. Knight is really good at testing stuff. I'm really good at switching my classes around so much that I forget to do things. That's what I'm good at. But people don't usually watch me for what I'm doing. They're here listening to me for the most part. My lurkers just love to hear my voice for some reason. I listen to my own voice and I'm like, it's not bad. I mean, I could have listened to that for a while, but then I'm like, oh, but that's my voice and it sounds weird. I do hope they bring some good stuff to Druid soon. I wouldn't mind doing my other combination with Beast Lord with Druid. I think that would be nice. I think they need just something more for healing and something more for utility. We'll see what happens though. The bunker in his hand. Donk, donk. Look, we can do this. I just need to pay attention to what I'm doing, and I'm not. I 100% am not. This isn't the class failing. This is Giggles failing. I need to go get my rune too. I can unlock Paladin. I actually have the items for it. I just don't have the rune for it. And if I can just get that rune, I'm good to go. Can you only have 16 loadouts total? Yes. Your voice is like a happy audiobook narrator that always has something new to teach us. Aw, thank you. I just like chatting. I like chatting. I like answering questions, which is interesting because I'm a total introvert. So in real life, I will not talk to you for much. But in this situation, I'm good. All right, sir, I'm going to need you to give me a break. And I don't mean a break in the terms of actually killing me. We have already established that red cannot afford me dying too much. Paladin seems like it's carrying a lot of beta builds. Pretty much every streamer or YouTuber is using Pala. It is, really. Nice to have someone to cheer for. If it was always easy, it wouldn't be as fun. I agree. I enjoy playing the harder combinations. I enjoy playing combinations that someone asks if I can have a look at. Like picking my own combinations actually isn't as fun for me as doing something that somebody wants to see. And I'm perfectly okay with leveling stuff up in order to do that. We're going a little bit better this time. I'm going to lay on hands my first heal. We're not there yet. I do miss slow, but at the same time, sometimes you can't land it. That was my rogue poison. It interrupted the cast he had. Druid needs skin of the reptile. I agree 100%. Reptile was really good for Druid. This game isn't balanced around meta, it's balanced around fun. If you want to play a build that doesn't do well, go for it. If you want to feel like a god for god, go for it, yes. And it does do that very, very well. And I absolutely see them balancing certain things in order for the builds that are struggling right now to actually be capable of at least taking down like 0 and 1. Because my gear is decent, but I struggle with things like Beast Lord. I've had trouble taking down any boss on 0-1 with Beast Lord. I feel like it just doesn't quite bring enough to the combinations in order for me to keep it in there, because I usually fall behind on something, whether it be DPS or mana or, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to keep messing around with combinations until I get Beast Lord to a point where my mage was, basically. Because everybody told me mage can't pet tank, and I proved that wrong. And if I can't prove it wrong, that's perfectly fine. My wife's main was a druid. I think druids are great. My favorite healer, because I know a lot of people say that druids aren't technically healers, was druid because they were so versatile. If I didn't need to heal because there was an actual healer in the group, I could be a nuker or I could dot things. Like, I loved it. I loved it. Paladin carries a lot of the builds simply because it is incredibly self-sufficient on its own in terms of both damage and healing. So it doesn't matter what you combo with it, it already has 2 of those things covered, and it's a tank. Spellblade just made it even crazier. If I swap my SK over to Paladin for my run through Sky, it would be way stronger simply because it has lay on hands that cools down really quickly. It's all about that lay on hands. How are we doing? Oh, we're still good. We're still good. Let me back him up a little bit more. There we go. Endurance is still good. There's the lay on hands, so we'll let him hit us a couple more times. Spellblade is like, nah. Okay, lay on hands. You do get more damage out of the SK. You do, but you don't get the survivability of the Paladin. SK works much better if you have like a shaman behind it or something along those lines. Pre-order done. Yay! You think I pre-ordered, but it shows on account activity. I never got an email confirmation or had it hit my CC. I don't know if you actually get an email, so I can't help you with that one. I'm sorry. Though if you go into the EQL Discord and have a look at dev notes or dev posts, they've been Brass has been keeping up with helping with that. You put in a ticket, and that's also a very good way to make sure. Check DB account information. There you go. People helping people. Appreciate it. Look, I know I'm out of mana, but I also know you are going to die. Defensive is down now. Swap to balance. Ha. Ha. Oh, rainbow hues. For all the kills I've done on Kazakh, have never picked up a rainbow hues yet, which is great. That will now add to my collection. Bloodfire, you can merge right in. Dawnfire, you can be sold. Ta-da! Oh, Paladin. Oh, Paladin. All right, let's pop on out of here. You got an email for your son's account? I did not do my own pre-orders. So my husband did my pre-order. I have no idea how they work. Well, I usually end in about 15 minutes. I'm actually probably going to end right now. My brain is still having a very hard time keeping up with my streaming. So I will catch you guys tomorrow at the usual time. I'll get some rest and just chill. Hopefully the headache, the migraine eventually goes away from the point that it is. But at least it's not painful, so I'll take that over everything. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. And thank you for all the love of the people that basically just come here to listen to me. I appreciate that. I really do. So everybody have a good night. See you tomorrow. Let me go see who is streaming. Who am I following here? We already rated Brutal today. Let's see. Keston is on. Kel, you're on. All right, I guess we're going over to Kel today. Raid Kel. That's not how you spell it. Raid Kel. That's not how you spell Kel. See, this is where my brain is right now. You can see my energy isn't as high either, so I'm trying. But I enjoy like being with you guys. I've said it before. I always appreciate you, Lurkers. I've said it before, but I just very, very much enjoy just being with you guys and talking to you. So even when I'm feeling down, that makes me feel really good. Okay. Mwah. Bye.